If you are one of those individuals who is interested to invest in stocks, I have read a few things concerning the stock market, and I thought I should share those things. Maybe you may end up finding value out of this. So if you have 2 minutes, 1 minute, 7 minutes, whichever, go ahead and stick around. And if you find some value, just don't forget to subscribe, like, and also you can share. So one of the first things which you need to realize before entering the stock market is that if you are going to go into the stock market, the only way which you are going to be successful in the stock market is by investing for the long term. So patience is going to be one of the key ingredients which you can use in order for you to be successful in the stock market. So if you are interested to day trade, then this is not a nice place for you, because most of the individuals who invest in the stock market by selling and trading stocks, they don't end up being successful for a long period of time. So for you to increase the chances of you being successful in the stock market, just be patient and then remember to invest for long-term purposes. Another thing, which is the second thing which you can use in order for you to be successful in the stock market, ensure the resources which you are going to invest in the stock market are only going to be the surplus resources. Don't invest in the stock market with the amount which you are going to use maybe in the next 1 year or two months from now. Those are not the resources which you are supposed to use in the stock market. The stock market is so volatile, so those individuals who are going to invest the money which they may need for the next few months, then probably you may end up investing some resources, and then the stock market decides to be a bear market, which will mean that the value of your resources or your investments, they are going to decrease in a large extent. So invest in the stock market the only amount which you have in surplus. Don't invest in some money, maybe a school fees, or money which you can need for medical bills. Don't invest those resources in the stock market. The other thing which you need to consider when you invest in the stock market, ensure those companies which you are going to invest, they show a sign of growth in terms of the revenue and also the net profit which they are going to generate consistently for a long period of time. Probably a good 5 good years is a good gesture for you to invest in that given company. So don't just invest in a company because you have seen there is some growth, but if you see there is a potential of growth for a long period of time, then you should go ahead and invest in that company. But if it doesn't show any kind of growth, maybe it's a company which is it has matured and there's no room for growth. If you are going to make huge amount of money in the stock market, then you should avoid those kind of companies. Another thing which you need to consider, you need to stop more especially emphasizing on diversification. Most individuals end up investing in a number of companies. Some of these companies, they have no idea what those companies are doing. So if you are one of those individuals, it is better for you as an individual to invest in a few companies, let's say 2 or 5 companies, not two, let's say 5 or 3 companies, but you understand what those companies are doing. So instead of you going ahead and buying 15 companies or 12 companies, and most of these companies you absolutely have no idea what they are doing. So for you to make a decent amount of money in the stock market, ensure you don't overemphasize on diversification, which means you may end up allocating some resources in companies which did not deserve that money, and you end up you end up not investing in those companies which deserved that amount of money. So don't overemphasize on diversification. And this ties to that, when you are going to invest in any given company, most of the time quality is more favorable compared to quantity. So invest in decent companies which are going to have, how can I say, which you know more about. Another thing which you need to consider if you're going to invest in the stock market is that, what is this thing one I'm forgetting? Hmm. So you don't. The other thing which you need to understand, if you are going to make money in the stock market, you don't have to know everything about the company which you are going to invest, because most of the time you may think that you understand better about that company, but at the end of the day you really have no clue. So for you as an individual, most of the time, if you are in a position to recognize the pattern, just go ahead and follow your gut. So long as you have done decent research, just go ahead and invest in that company instead of you trying to figure out every detail concerning that company which you're interested to invest in. So if you are going to make a decent amount of money in the stock market, most of the crucial things which you need to consider is that it is not a must to know every detail of what you want to know about that given company which you are interested to invest in or to invest with. And finally, which I believe is finally something which I'm almost forgetting, is that most of the individuals, what am I forgetting here? Anyway, I believe I've tried to clarify most of the things which I was interested to share. Anyway, I would like your thoughts in the comment section. Just go ahead, share, subscribe, like. See you in my next one.